Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 5 Minutes PM podcast. Today, I'd like to continue the podcast about GTD. If you remember our last podcast, I was talking about the process. The process starts with collecting the information that is in your mind. This is write down, put on a computer, whatever. Take this out of your mind. Make notes of everything immediately. And then I start explaining the processing and organization of these pieces of paper. Then you want to clean up all the inbox once a day, 1 hour it will take in average. And then you will take every single piece of information you noted. And then you say, is an action or not? Not an action, 2 options, trash or maybe. Maybe means in the future you will take a look. You don't want to lose that information. In the other side, it's an action. Then you need to understand what is the first action. Because maybe that piece of paper is not just one action. Maybe it's a set of 10 actions, 20 actions. And this is not a single task, but it's a project. It's a project. So I have, for example, 40, 50 projects on my GTD. So you take the project and then you check the first action and say, is it less than 2 minutes? If it's less than 2 minutes, just do it now. Don't wait. It's more than 2 minutes, then you need to decide what to do. You have 2 options. First, delegate. Delegate means you give to someone else that is more able of has more time to do that. So you just delegate and your position is just wait. And then you put this into a context or a list called wait. Wait, and then you put there because your single task is just make sure that you do not forget to ask for the results. But in the other side, you say, no, I cannot delegate. Then I need to delay because I'm not able to do it now. And then if you have a time limit for that, then you put in your calendar. If not, then you put in the list. The list is basically how do you want to execute this. For example, I have one list called emails. I have one list called phone calls. I have one list called street. Means everything that I need to do on the street when I'm driving, when I'm moving from one place to another. Things that I need to do in my Brazilian home. Things I need to do in my Danish home. Things I would like to do in the plane when I'm traveling. So look, you create your own lists. You don't need to follow my lists. You need to create your own lists. So just to give you an idea, today I have more than 630 tasks. So it's a lot of things and I'm happy because I capture very well. The problem that I have is that I want to execute, and when I'm processing the information, I want to do it. I don't respect the 2-minute rule. And then I start doing, and then it becomes very stressful. And then the processing that takes 1 hour, it takes me half a day. So I need to polish myself to avoid doing this. So it's very, very important that you make aware of this. After this processing, you come to the execution. And what is the execution? The execution is what you do in the remaining of your week. For example, I revise, I process every single morning. And during the week, what I do, I execute the tasks I'm planning, execute the tasks, and I collect more tasks because I'm always thinking maybe when I'm recording this podcast, I have a new idea. I just write quickly and put this on my GTD. And then I process every day. Okay? And then the last topic is the weekly revision. It's extremely important process. And this will wrap up and will link your daily work with your strategy. And this is what I want to discuss with you in the next podcast, that I will be talking basically about the revision, wrapping up the content and talking about tools and software that I use to do that. I hope you enjoyed this podcast and see you next week with the last podcast about GTD.